Ready, Al? Yeah. Your title.
Okay. Pavlechko, Director, Center for Teaching Technology.
Okay. Just for the start point, describe what this whole thing is.
The Center for Teaching Technology is a legislative, start all over again. It sticks up.
Oh, okay.
The Center for Teaching Technology is an initiative that is state funded in order to promote the uses of technology in K through higher education learning environments, ultimately to affect the learning outcomes and achievement of students at all levels.
So it teaches teachers to integrate technology into their classroom?
Correct. Effective uses of technology, appropriate uses of technology in order to enhance achievement.
There must have been a predetermination that it wasn't being done, or there was no facility or planned effort to allow it to happen. Is that what brought this about?
Many initiatives in the state, however, Ball State's emphasis with technology is so great. It's our way of getting the word out into the state what Ball State can do for K through higher education professors.
That's all right. Yeah.
It's our way of getting the word out about Ball State's wonderful uses of technology and interest in exploring technology at the K-12 level and also here in higher education.
So what do you do? I mean, what happens in this when people come to you and you start doing your magic?
We facilitate the development of programs, professional development programs, for these teachers who have needs and interests in improving their uses of technology as it blends in with the curriculum content. We analyze with them their needs, we consult with them, we assist them in the development of the curriculum, with technology being one of the many tools that they use.
So when they take this knowledge back to their school system, obviously the technology must be there.
Correct.
So do you help school corporations figure out what kind of technology is going to work best in there?
Infrastructure consulting is really one of the tremendous features that we can offer. And the reason we have such a great opportunity in that regard is because the Center for Teaching Technology is one of a number of areas under information technology at Ball State. University Computing Services, University Libraries, and University Teleplex, together, collectively, with the Center for Teaching Technology, can offer these kinds of consulting services to school corporations that really promotes an incredible look at needs and where they might want to be in the very near future.
So you work with teachers already in the field?
Correct.
But you also work with undergraduates at Ball State to prepare them to be users of technology out there. Is that correct?
That is correct. One of the more important things that we can be doing, I believe, in the higher education environment is preparing the future workforce. Teachers, as a part of that workforce right now, we see needing professional development on how to use technology effectively. Well, if we prepare programs in undergraduate education, we're able to help those future teachers now get ready for that future, and they'll go out and they'll be mentors and teacher trainers when they enter the workforce. We know that the wide range of needs that teachers have as they go into the workforce is great, but if we can help these future teachers learn how to blend technology effectively into the curriculum now, we know that the future outcome for K-12 education will be much more brighter, or much brighter.
Or much more brighter, or or much dingier. As someone wrote me, said, an alum had said, I've seen the Ball State TV commercial. So he did it in the singular, and I'm really disappointed that it's so dingy. I didn't have a clue what he was talking about. I thought, nothing much dingy about our commercials.
Yeah. I'm sorry, may I just add that not only undergraduate education is of tremendous value to students here at Ball State, but our graduate teacher education program also highlights how technology can be effectively taught to those practicing teachers who are coming back to the university for graduate credit. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for teachers to take courses where the technology becomes transparent and that they learn how to use the technology through assignments, but then even more importantly, they take those assignments back and implement them or apply them in their everyday work with children. That's the key, and I think that we're finding that this undergraduate, graduate level strand with technology is really becoming a vital part of teacher education at Ball State.
Do you have to be a Ball State graduate to come here and take courses?
No, you don't. We welcome anyone, and that's what makes the center so wonderfully suited for the needs of K-12 teachers, as well as our university faculty. What would be the best situation, the best scenario at the center is to see university faculty working with K-12 teachers on projects or advising, consulting, sharing ideas. That's really what we want to see happen in the center. It is a center of collaboration, and that's what we're all about.
How does one find out about it? How does one get hooked in?
They can call the center at 765-285-5806. They can access us through our website, but they can email us. I think just any way that they can come and visit us. We take people right off the street if they want to come in and ask us questions. We have a staff that is ready to meet their needs and give of their time to be able to meet the needs of those teachers and others that have questions.
One has to assume that the effort that you're putting forth in this type of program is predicated on the fact that somewhere there's research that says integration of technology into the K-12 program enhances learning.
That's correct.
Tell me something about it.
Not enough studies have been done to this point, but there are studies, and one of the most current took place at the Educational Testing Service in Princeton, New Jersey. And recently, Dr. Weglinski has shown that the use of technology for K-12 teacher professional development in the area of simulations and problem-solving games has actually shown an increase in students' grades 4 and 8 in their achievement on tests for mathematics. That kind of data is valuable for us because we now know that if we are training teachers to use technology effectively, we've got to make sure that our training programs or workshop offerings meet the kinds of needs that the learners have, and not just offer any type of technology professional development, but those programs that are really going to make a difference in the application of technology in learning. That being the case, we are studying those effects, and even in undergraduate education, we're studying the effects of technology on our students in pre-post test surveys. Very interested in other kinds of opportunities and working with school corporations to see if we can't take a group of students and measure their successes based on, quite possibly, the uses of technology in the teaching.
My kid uses a computer all the time, and nobody taught him. We didn't have to teach him much how to do it. I was, what's the big deal?
It's a big deal.
They got him in class already.
Well, I think the problem is there are not enough computers. There's not enough time. Teachers don't know how to design the classroom with the computer technology to be able to effectively be able to see the outcomes. That being the case, if you just have the computer in the classroom, the student gets on it, does searching, there needs to be an organization of what this is all about. The organization really comes in information skills. Information skills is at the heart of everything that I think people do with technology and teaching. You need to use the information skills effectively in the design of this organized instruction, and I think that you're teaching these young learners effective uses of the technology, not just get on the computer, not just explore not just explore with the computer alone, but to have a meaningfulness to the activity where the computer is being used or computer technology is being used. I think that's really what it's about, and the organization of the school day is a critical element in successful teaching and learning situations. Not enough time to cover everything. That being the case, why not use computer technology to efficiently make use of the time and be able to get students in the best learning environment?
Yeah, that's good.
Keep talking to Al for a minute.
Okay.
Operate the computer. I mean,
That's
they're very literate
Correct.
about making that computer work. You know, I thought I was literate, but I went home last night and my daughter, who's an LA major, has a faculty for just adapting and figuring it out. You know, and it takes me a while to think through the process, to ask myself, where is this going now? So that's probably what's happening.
Well, I think that we're in such a critical time because everybody is trying to find the answer to the professional development issue. And I don't think there's any one correct answer, but yet if we can be a part of a system that addresses the issue of professional development, that really is a goal of ours. I think that showing that we are a collaborative partner in helping K-12 education is what we're about. I think the university shows that, and we really are. I mean, and I'm so pleased that we have the relationships that we do with state agencies, other institutions of higher learning, that
Leader.
Yeah.
And as the leader or a leader?
I have institutions. We know that there are other centers for teaching and technology. We realize that. But yet, if we don't collaborate, if we don't find our place in the system.
I'm trying to take this worksheet and I want to be able to put it right onto the computer without having to just give this to them.
Okay. Have you saved all this?
Huh?
So you just type something.
Okay. Oops. Okay.
Okay, save that. That way we know what we're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Okay, just go ahead and type something so we know what we're looking at.
Oh. Well.
It's okay.
What am I? Okay.
Okay, go to save.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, you need to name it
What was your?
CRAWLERS crawlers.
Okay.
.htm.
You can go ahead and go.
Let's do it right here.
Right there. Okay.
Mhm.
Just highlight that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, well, we're out of there.
Go up to link.
Yeah, you want to go back in that?
Okay. Go to choose file. Might take a picture, remember? Okay, create the colors of HTML.
Okay.
Okay, hit apply. And close.
So
When
that
the
way
kids
you
are
don't
done.
have. They can print it out without even me giving it to them.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they can have that extra page.
So then can
Um,
I take pictures and put them right on the worksheet
Right.
from a website then?
Right. Right, you can do that.
Okay.
Do you know how to change the backgrounds and stuff?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, go on up to, is it tools? So what all that is that just tells you, those are the colors you can change those if you want. That if it's a link, it's going to be that color blue.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So-
So then this is how I
Right.
can change it to anything I want
Yeah,
then?
just pick something. Okay, you might want to hit apply, and then you can see how it looks.
Okay.
You don't want to have something like white on yellow because they're not going to be able to see it.
Okay.
I think that looks fine.
Okay. Now, if I want to take this picture
Yeah.
right here.
Do you have any pictures on your desk right now?
I don't know.
Let's go look.
Edit. Just close this, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. Edit page.
Go to find. Is it find that I'm looking for? You need to get into your disk and see what you have.
Then I need to get it.
Here, okay. Say that's where you want the picture, right? Go
Okay.
to image.
Inner city school. She loved the kids because some of them really soaked up their education, and some of them really kissed it goodbye. But she really liked to bring some of those kids out and see it go. Courtney, spell your name for me.
Courtney.
Last name.
Roussel. Roussel.
Okay, at double S and one L.
Mhm.
Want to make sure that when we put your name on that
Oh,
it's
okay.
spelled correctly.
Yes.
And you're a junior from Fort Wayne.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Tell me, as you're starting to learn the integration of technology into your teaching, what's it doing for you?
Well, first off, it's kind of confusing, but it's making it possible to me to. It's making it possible for me to integrate so many different things into my lessons. I'm able for the kids to do things more on their own, but at the same time, I'm expecting a certain quality of work from them at the same time.
Are you doing participation right now over at Burris? Are you involved in that yet?
We go over 4 times total, and we are going on Monday to present our next web quest for them. It's a group project. So.
Computers seem to be a way of life. I mean, there are probably more computers in homes today than there are in schools. So when you become a teacher, your students are going to be as or more literate, computer literate than you are.
Very much.
Does that scare you?
Very, very. They seem to know how to search through the web better than I do, and that's kind of nerve-wracking because they know how to find things that I don't know how to find. So in a way, it's very nerve-wracking.
How's the education here? I mean, how are they teaching you well?
Oh, very, very well. I've learned more in a 6-week period in the beginning than I have through my entire high school career. So I've learned a lot about computers.
What is your anticipation when you go out there? Do you see that the integration of the technology into the learning process for the kids is something that is inevitable?
In a way, yes, but I think it has to come together in the school corporation. There are a lot of older teachers that don't know how to use the technology, and so that can become a problem. So I think that the younger teachers and some of the teachers that are more willing to help out need to come together and incorporate it into the school district.
How do you see you using it in the classroom? What will it do to help you be a better teacher first?
Well, I think that it's something that I can use as an equalizer in the classroom. It's something that that a slower student can still use it and get a lot out of it, yet a faster student can use it at the same time but do something different. So it's able to make the kids feel like they are more on the same level. It's you don't have to pick and choose.
And that will certainly help the children excel, the ones who are lagging behind.
Very much.
How will it affect you and what you're able to do?
Okay,
Bye-bye.
I'm back.
You're back. Full power?
We got speed.
Okay. Well, you said that technology in the classroom and using computers will be an equalizer for children because the child who has a slower learning rate will still be able to use the technology, and the child who has a faster learning rate, and they can be somewhat self-directed in that.
That's correct, yeah.
And yet they can both feel good about what they're doing. Well, but you as a teacher, how does allowing those children to work at various levels and planning their program puts a lot of pressure on you as a teacher to plan maybe a different set of criteria for each child. How are you going to work with that?
I think it's something that you can do just by changing maybe an objective that you want them to. Maybe you want the child who learns faster to maybe write a short story, when you want the child who learns maybe slower just to come up with the basic facts about whatever you're learning with. You can change the objective, and that's not something that's really hard to do on the computer.
Do you see changing the culture in schools to integrate technology deeper into the curriculum a problem or something that is inevitable?
I think it's inevitable. I mean, with the way society is coming together today, I mean, computers are used in every aspect of our life, and I think that it's about time that we brought it in to our classrooms. It makes it easier for the students to work. I mean, they learn on these at home, and so to bring it into the classroom, it's something that they enjoy, and it's something different from from the normal classroom environment.
Okay. We're rolling. We get the name and stuff like that.
Okay. Give me your name and spell it for me.
Angela Mason, Angela Mason.
Okay, and what year are you in school?
I'm a sophomore.
From?
Crown Point, Indiana.
Okay. Well, we're seeing Merrillville.
Yeah.
Close. Tell me about your experience here in CTT.
I first came here, I was a student in the class, spring of '98, the EdL 101 class that is using technology to start teaching we had a first grade classroom at the time. And I designed a web module. It was a lesson on Paris and used it in a first grade classroom. And I came back, it was after classes started this year, came back and just to see how everybody was doing, and they offered me a job. And I'm a lab tech. I pretty much just make sure things are working over in the large computer lab. And I also help out in the EdL 101 classroom, or the EdL 101 class that I took last spring. I'm an assistant there, and I instruct supplemental instruction there about 3 times a week, so that when they have problems with their projects, they know someone, either who to blame or who to ask.
So you were working with Courtney,
Yes.
And with that individual instruction. Describe what you're doing in that with helping her.
What she's been doing is she designed a web quest. This one that we were looking at was on black widow spiders. And what she wanted to do was she wanted to make a sort of worksheet or an extra addition into this web quest, and she wasn't quite sure how to do that. So what I showed her how to do was create a separate page, edit that and do what she needed to with that, and then link that back to the original web quest, so that all the students have to do is just click on whatever text she's linked it to. They just click on the button and it'll take that to the worksheet she's created.
You make it sound so easy.
It's not. After I started working here and when I started doing the projects, I've learned so much just from that, and especially through helping with supplemental instruction. But it takes a while to learn the processes at the beginning, but once you do, it's not that difficult. So.
Okay, go ahead, Al.
Okay.
That's what I needed. I just moved the light.
Yeah. Let's talk about what it is you're doing as a lab assistant and helping with the instruction with the students. What do you do?
Well, one thing that the center does is that some of the professors can request to use the space to teach their classes. They do different things with technology, so one of my responsibilities is to make sure that the rooms are up and ready to go so that their classes can come in. And if they have any questions about how to use some of the equipment, then I can hopefully answer all of them. Another thing that we do is with the EdL 101 class, we have a room here, 411, which is equipped, I believe it's fiber optics, but we can observe a 3rd grade classroom from Burris over this networking. And so sometimes I run the cameras for that too, for the class.
How about individual instruction? Do you teach, or do you get involved in helping professors know how to use the technology, and students as well?
I haven't had the opportunity with professors as much. I have sat in on some faculty training, and I have helped with that, but not as much as I have been working with the students.
But with students. And what do you do when you help with students? Besides just setting up a lab, I mean, you actually help them use it.
A lot of times they'll have questions like, how do I put this picture on this page, or how do I find this? How do I change colors? Things like that, simple things like that. And I usually take them through and make sure they understand how to do it, and then I usually take it off and watch them do it for themselves.
So does this mean you're a webmaster yourself?
Not hardly. Not hardly.
Good designer?
I'd like to think so, yeah.
Is elementary ed your major?
Yes, I'm elementary ed with a special ed mild disabilities minor, and hopefully I'm going to add on a computer or technology endorsement. So.
Okay. So how do you see, as I talked with Courtney, how do you see taking technology into the classroom? Is that going to be tough for you?
I don't think it's going to be tough for me because I'm getting the background now. But I can see in some areas, if you don't have the money for the equipment, I think would be a big problem because there's only so much you can do. But you definitely need to keep trying. I would love to be able to use things like this with my kids because I see the way their faces light up. Because it's one thing to ask your kids to, take out your textbooks and have them turn to this page and do busy work all day. But when they're actually involved in the lesson and clicking on this and exploring for themselves what they're trying to learn, then they learn it. It's that much more important to them and they learn it faster.
How do you see students that you see in the computer lab, and you being a student yourself? Are you guys, are they adapting well? Are they excited to learn?
I think it depends on the personality types, but yes, definitely. Some of them are very excited about it, and they do get frustrated, and it's understandable. I've been there, so I understand. But it's just a matter of working through it, and if this doesn't work, okay, how do we make it work, and finding that out.
What do you see as your goals once you get your teaching degree and you're in your own classroom?
I'm not quite sure where I want to go. Pretty much wherever I can get a job, but I would love to find a school system where they don't know how to do this and be a classroom teacher, but also train other teachers in the system on how to use this. So.
What?
There was something that she said
because I've been getting the.
Well, let me take you back.
Okay.
Okay. You rolling?
Yes.
Okay. In your classes, with the opportunity to have the Center for Teaching Technology here, the instruction to integrate technology into the classroom, into the LED program, has that made a big difference in your education here at Ball State?
Definitely, most definitely. It's neat because now I can go and do projects in my other EdL classes, and maybe they've never seen this before, and I can come up with something like this and publish this over the web and use that as projects. It's something that not a lot of people know how to do. And I think that the opportunities that I've come across here have really prepared me for that. And I know it's impressive. I talk to other teachers and superintendents and things, and they're just amazed that we're doing all of this. So.
What I'd like you to do, if you would, is weave in your response, because we're going to take you back on that one again. Our marketing phrase is Ball State, everything you need. In your case, Ball State has everything I need to be a better teacher. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but to a degree,
try and get that in there.
to a degree,
Okay.
So let me take you back to that, revisit that same question. A lot of opportunities, a lot of hardware, software, good instruction here. Is that going to make you a better teacher? Is that doing good things for you right now?
Most definitely. Right here at Ball State, I have everything I need to succeed in this. I can, the wonderful faculty, the wonderful programs, the equipment we have, and the people who know how to use it. And they've taught me so well and so many wonderful things. Fudged that one up, didn't I?
No, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want you to say it the way what you said was what you felt.
Okay.
And that's what I want. That's fine. That's great, as a matter of fact.